Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, and it is time for your second collective tarot reading today. All right, before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right, so for the collective reading, it is not for a specific sign. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy in the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. I'm using one of my custom decks with quotes, and then I'm using a regular tarot deck, which is the Mystical Moments tarot deck, is what I am using. Also, all of the December readings are already up, so keep that in mind too. My goal is to start working on the January readings next weekend, and then I will probably start uploading them the middle of December, probably around the 19th, give or take. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into this. May I have the energy for the collective? May I have the energy for the collective? May I have the energy for the collective? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Something told me to take this. What is it that the collective needs to hear? May I have some cards, please? Thank you. This one turned over too. What is that one? There. And what was this one that I set to the side? Okay, I like that. And this here is at the bottom of the deck. For whatever reason, it got left behind when I picked up the deck. So clearly it was meant. So this is really, really interesting. I like all of these. I really, really do. So at the bottom of this deck, it says, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough, by Mae West. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Okay. And then this card says, don't let someone change who you are to become what they need. Don't let someone change who you are to become what they need. And then the other card says, all progress takes place outside the comfort zone. All progress takes place outside the comfort zone. Michael Boback, or Michael Joan Boback. Is that Michael or Mikal? So, yeah. Joan Boback. And then, third card says, no matter how busy a person's day may be, if they really care, they will always find time for you. No matter how busy a person's day may be, if they really care, they will always find time for you. And finally, this says, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. That is by Helen Keller, who also was a Cancer, I might add. So yeah, totally cool. Let's pull some cards out, because this is a lot of stuff. We're talking about changing yourself for someone else. We're talking about stepping outside of your comfort zone. We're talking about you only live once, YOLO. We're talking about people making time for you or for others, or you making time for others. And then we're also talking about keeping your heart open so you can experience the best things in the world. So let's clarify all that. Let's see what cards come out, because this is a lot. May I have the energy for the collective? May I have the energy for the collective? Interesting, at the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Swords. I just caught that. Air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ten of Swords can be about a lot of pain. When I split the deck, Ace of Wands, but something is ending and something definitely is beginning with the Ace of Wands, with a lot of passion. So I'm curious about that. Energy for the collective. Can we clarify the energy on the table? Can we clarify the energy on the table? Can we clarify the energy on the table? May I have some cards, please? Thank you. And then this one too, as well. Wow. Okay, that's a lot in a good way. So 2 major arcana cards. One is the Hierophant and one is the Sun. Now this is the kicker. In the previous reading, the Sun came out twice in 2 different decks. Now we have the Sun in a 3rd deck. That's crazy. There's a lot of happiness here. Also, for some of you where you were looking for a commitment, it doesn't have to be about love, but it can be. For some of you, you will be receiving the commitment that you wanted, whether it's love, whether it's work, whether it's whatever. Also, something I picked up is that some of you are finally committing to what makes you happy. Because something is saying to me, going back to this card here, all progress takes place outside of the comfort zone. Some of you were afraid to say or go after what really makes you happy. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you love to dance, but you're like, oh, well, I'm in my 30s now. And dancers are usually in the late teens or, 20s. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to dance because I want to dance. Or either, oh, I've always wanted to be a writer. That type of stuff. But you were afraid to go after it. Now, you're making the commitment, is what you're doing, to go after it. And for some of you, you're actually receiving a commitment about something that you decided to go after. For example, let's say you finally decided to start writing because writing makes you happy. Someone may be approaching you with some type of commitment where they want you to be a writer for their company. Or, or they want to purchase your book, like the rights to your book to make a movie. Who knows? But that may be coming in too, which obviously that would bring you happiness. But really, for those of you who are going after something, I believe that you're finally going after what makes you happy and not worrying about what other people think. Because again, with Mae West, you only live once. But if you do it right, that's all you'll need. So yeah. And under that card, I just noticed it. This is one of my favorite quotes by Estee Lauder. It says, I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. So yeah. Now, let me take some more cards right quick. Let's see what we get. Can we clarify the energy on the table? Can we clarify the energy on the table? Thank you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. You gave me 2 more. I appreciate that. And see, this is just a confirmation. Some of you, you don't see this happiness coming in. You don't see what's possible with this 4 of Cups. But also with this umbrella here, obviously I always mention this, is about protection, meaning that you're protected. So you don't see this. For some of you, you may have felt left out of something. This Four of Wands here is saying, and this is another commitment card. I honestly feel somebody's getting married. I'm just saying. And they're gonna be over the moon. But for some of you, you don't see this. I'm going back earlier. During the previous reading, the title of that reading is Don't Worry About the Collateral Damage. Because I feel with cycles closing out and all of this other stuff, some people, it's because their old life can't go into their new life. It's hard for them to process that and leaving things and people behind. So this energy here with the Tower, that's what's happening. And I even said that in the reading. I feel that there's like a Tower energy in the other one. You may want to check out the other reading because a lot of these energies are similar. But as I said before, the Four of Wands is coming in. Something told me to look at the bottom of the deck. So what is this? This came out during the pre-shuffle. Three of Pentacles. There's something where you're going to get recognized or some contracts that you're going to have to sign. Again, someone might be moving into a home with someone or by themselves too. But with the Three of Pentacles, I think about contracts. But also Three of Pentacles is about working with other people. And it is about being recognized for your talents too. So some of you may finally be recognized for your talents. Let's see. May I have some more cards, please? Okay. But in order to step into this, you have to know when to walk away. And you know something that's funny about this? Eight of Cups. You see, let me see if I can get it in the camera. You see that lady right there who's walking away? She's a ladybug. Ladybugs are about luck. So I feel that luck is on your side. Also, when people walk away, they go from the Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. I feel luck is on your side. Bottom of the deck again, Eight of Wands. So another 8. This is fast movement. That's fire energy, is what that is. Also, it's quick communication. For some of you, I'm going to let you know right now, this Tower is this Eight of Wands, where the happiness is so overwhelming, you're shocked by that. Meaning like a situation like that, where someone reads a book that you write or that you've written, and they're like, oh my gosh, this book is amazing, we want to buy the rights. We'll give you $100,000 advance, and we'll even give you whatever, the merchandise, all that stuff. And you're like, oh my, wow. And you're just shocked. You're floored. So there's that energy too. But with this Eight of Cups, with this ladybug, that's letting me know that luck is on your side. Let me see what else. Can we get some more clarification, please, for the energy on the table? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Whoop. And this card has been coming out a lot, too. The Ace of Swords. This also came out in the previous reading, in the collective reading. That's one thing about that energy. It changes a little bit, but at the core is usually the same. And that's what's interesting. I've noticed that with tarot readings where during certain periods, certain cards seem to come out a lot. And this Ace of Swords is one of them. So with that, like I said, obviously a victory card. Also with this Ace of Swords in this deck, he's holding a key. Is what's going on. Actually, no, she's holding a key. Excuse me. She's holding a key. And with that key, I still think about house. Also, in the previous reading, the key card in the Oracle deck came out, where it's saying you hold the key to all the great things in the future. You just have to let go of the past. Now, with this, though, I honestly feel this is more about commitment. Someone committing to do what they're going to do, or someone receiving some type of commitment is what this is. But all the things surrounding commitment, which are these cards right here, meaning do your best, Live your best life. Step out of your comfort zone. Don't change for people, because you don't have to. Also, make time for people and make sure that they make time for you if needed, because everyone's wants and needs are different. Some people don't have to be in contact all the time with another person. Now, if you're looking to build a relationship with someone, then of course it doesn't hurt to be in contact a little bit more. Also, something is saying to me that you need to say, okay, this is what I need in this relationship. Also, just heard this too, going back to contracts. You have to be able to tell whoever, or your attorney does, these are the things that I want in the agreement. It's sort of taking it from there. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let's see. That almost came out, but yeah, we're gonna. Two of Swords, that can be indecision, but also it can be blocking someone out. Also, it can be not seeing what's in front of you. Two. The reason I say that, because usually Two of Swords has a woman with a blindfold, but I say it with this one because you see this hat that she's wearing, and you see that hole, which is where the birds enter to get into their home. That may not always be as obvious. And I feel like for some people, they may not be seeing what's right in front of them. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. So definitely a new start. That's earth energy. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Swords is air energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The Sun is Leo energy. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. Cups is water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Wands is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Tower is Scorpio and Aries energy. So yeah, let me, oh, those flew out. I'm not about reversals in this deck. It came out in the reverse that fell on the floor, which is the Lovers. Came out in the reverse. I'm not really about reversals in this deck. What I will say is that someone may have been blocked with the Two of Swords, because Knight of Wands energy is here because they weren't consistent, which at this time put that energy in the reverse. But again, I'm not big on reversals for this deck. What's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, Two of Pentacles, because there may have been some type of juggling going on as well. And also, any two is about a decision. And don't forget, it doesn't have to be a romance. Before, like what I was saying at the beginning, where some of you, thank you, are just now, some of you are just now going after what really makes you happy. You were juggling it in the past. Thank you. And that just failed too. Lots of kings here. Let me take another card. Thank you. And the Emperor, the King of Kings. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. So there could be some surprises happening, some nostalgia, things of that nature. Someone from your past, obviously, with the Six of Cups. You have the King of Pentacles and you have the King of Wands in this one. Now, for this particular card with the Emperor, because there's two Emperors in this deck. For this Emperor can be a little bit manipulative. Just throwing that out there. I feel for some of you, someone might be trying to put two people against each other, like with the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, earth and fire energy, and they may be trying to manipulate something behind the scenes. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Or, I just heard someone might be trying to have their cake and eat it too. So I heard that as well. But what this it's still on the same thing for me. I'm still on this commitment, the Hierophant. That's what I'm still on. It's all about commitment. And this isn't just like one timeline. These are multiple timelines dealing with love, dealing with career, even dealing with family. Also dealing with self, too. It's quite a few things. Whatever it is, whatever's going on in all of this, because obviously this is a lot, you're committing to your happiness. That is what you're committing to. I don't feel like, even if some of you are getting married, which I did pick that up, especially with the Hierophant, the Four of Wands, and the Sun, also pregnancy as well, throwing that out there too. But even so, and also the Ace of Wands did come up too. So yeah, definitely pregnancy is out there. Not saying somebody will get pregnant, but don't be surprised if it happens. But my point is that you're not committing to a person, even if you are. That's not it. This energy is you're committing to happiness. That's what you're committing to. You're committing to what makes you happy. All right? And that is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Till next time, be blessed.